Pisces, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading for the year of 2023. Let's just go straight in here. Let me just explain how we're going to be doing this. This is your overall energies here. Apparently you've got a lot of abundance coming your way. Everything you're going to need. These are your karmic messages for your relationship sides, your emotional sort of side, spiritual sort of side, and this is for your financial sort of side. This is for the first 3 months, January through to March. That's April to June, July to September, October through to November. Okay, and we might do a little bit of clarification, and we'll do a little bit of an energy reading simply because we're sitting on a ley line at the moment, and just see what the earth has as in the way of a message which will be coming up at the end of this video. Okay, so end of this reading. Let's just get straight on in there with your overall energies here. Seems to be a little bit of a torment for you, really, over this year. I think it's self-produced as well. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of happiness. There's a lot of enjoyment. But at the same time, I think you strive so much for perfection and the best and just the ultimate spirit, as it were, that sometimes you may be a little bit too hard upon yourself. Yeah, so it's strength card. Just be careful of that. I think that's more of a warning and more than anything else. But if we take it on the happy side of it, because there was that warning. If I didn't tell you, then I wouldn't, I wouldn't be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And on the other side, you've got the strength card. So the other side of that strength card is playing to your strengths. And this is where the energy is going to try and help you generally through the year to help you realize at the moments you're kind of going, oh yeah, there, I was on fire there. I was doing really well, doing really good, and you got that fire that comes in from Aries on that side there. You got fire and passion running through you, a very passionate side, there's no doubt about it. Mixing in with all those emotions of your waters makes for an explosive person every now and then, So try not to be hard on yourself this year, but certainly play to your strengths. That seems like that's the overall message for that. Let's just see what's going on the karmic message for this in relationships. There is a real big lesson to be learned this year, I think. And I think it's a lesson that's sort of, how would one describe it? Basically knowing when to say no. When to sort of say, I'm not going to do that. And not, you don't want to hurt other people. That's the thing. And the problem is when you don't want to hurt other people, you end up hurting yourself for a start, because you end up sort of clogging your life up. And I think you would hurt less yourself and other people, because they may eventually be disappointed in you because you've tried to be everything and you can't be everything to everybody else. I think this is karmic message here is realizing that you can only be in reality only responsible for yourself. It's self-responsibility. Yeah, I think it's all about the evident path here and not getting pulled off your path in regards to relationships. If you're in a loving couple and you're loving it, then stick with it, then explore all those avenues and just see what is the evident path to explore all the activities, different ways of being with your partner and everything like that. But if you're looking for a partner, just, on that respect, don't bend yourself out of shape in order to fit to somebody else's ideals. Basically, be true to your evident path. That's what it's sort of saying there. Let's just see what's going on the first 3 months. Okay. There seems something to be put clear here. Maybe within your relationships around you. This could be family, friends, community. there's something that's got a bit of an ambiguity about it, so it's not totally clear. You want to get on. There's an aspect of it as well. It's kind of like there's someone calling you and you're kind of going, I want to go there, I want to go there. And it's, you're tied into old ways of being, basically. Yeah, I think there's this new opportunity which you're going to recognize, this new positioning in regards to relationships. And it could be a love. It could be someone could come in on your radar that sort of said, this is the one. But it sort of strikes a discord with the rest of the relationships that are around you. So, you know, there's a tug of war going on in the first 3 months. So I would keep it down to practical things. And I think this is what the Ace of Pentacles is all about. Try not to involve too much of your emotions and go for the prize, basically. Go for what is, you know, what tickles your fancy. Go for the prize. Go for the thing that really makes you feel good. And let's just see what's going on in the next sort of 2 or 3 months there. We'll come back and clarify that actually at the end. And I'm sure the Earth's energy will give you a good message as well in regards to that. Okay, this is where it's cleared out. This is where things are moving on. You've almost got a reignition of your emotions, basically. The King of Pentacles want to come out there. So it's gonna go in there. I think it's built out of understanding, basically, this here, in this month here, and you can really build something solid going forward for that. And it's to do with your past. So clarification on your past. This is what this is what I was talking about at the beginning there. The tug of war. I think it's going to come to the end in that period there between April and June. All of a sudden you're going to be in a really good place. You're going to have clear waters in front of you. Okay, let's just see what's going on this. This is from July to September. This is love. This is like, there seems to be a connection, and I don't think I think there's a connection with one person. So this is where you could reignite your couple, or you know, or find a new love. It's certainly got something to do with love and stuff like this. But I also think there's an aspect of it where you fall in love with everything that is around you. It's a very nurturing thing. This is what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of pentacles going on here. There is at least 2 cups in. We've got the 6 and the 7, but I think this is nurturing your situation. It's getting involved in activities. It's really doing things that make you happy, and connecting with those doing things with other people around you. And I think this is where that new love is coming in. But this time here, you don't want it to be like a flash in the pan. You don't want the emotions to outstrip the possibilities of a long-term thing. And I think you're working towards that this year. There's having consistency over a longer period of time. And I think that's going to be really good for you. Let's just see what the overall outcome is. And this, we're talking about October, November, December. Changes are afoot. A lot of changes are afoot there. You've got the King of Cups. It is plain sailing. You're going to be heading off, I think. As I was saying earlier on, clear water before you here in this section here. You're going to nurture it, and that's that work of the starfish with a lot of work under the ground, which is this section here. This is you being the starfish. You've got that under control by October, November. And when you get to November, then you're into plain sailings, and you can really start touching your emotions, start really falling in love, not just with the person that's opposite with you, but the ensemble, the whole thing. I think there's a real karmic message, karmic mission this year for you, I think. And if you get it right, if you concentrate on living life, so physically doing things rather than the emotional sort of side, I think you're going to do really well. That's when you can allow your strengths, your gaiety, your passion for life to come out of you, and which is going to provide a lot of happiness within the physical world of doing things, going, seeing places, going to, I don't know, the theatre that you haven't been to, and stuff like that, and mixing with people that are doing the similar sort of things with you. It's really setting yourself up this year. It's a really good year for you in that respect. Let's just see what's going on the financial front. So what's the karmic message on here? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Obsession. Being obsessed with your work. I think this is what you've got to, your karmic mission or lesson this year is finding that harmony between work and play. Because sometimes if you're going to work, you'll work yourself into the ground. And you've got to be careful of that. Let's just see what's going on in the first 3 months here. So this is leading up to your birthday. So, and you're during your birthday period. So there is this it's split into two. There is this period where you're sitting back, and then that's normal. That's what you should be doing. You should be looking at what you've done over the last year, what you want to do going forward, what you don't want to do, and that sort of thing. Putting it into perspective within inside you, and once you do that, then you can go forward with confidence about doing things. And I think that's the second part of it as well. That's it's setting yourself up in that position where you're totally conquered. You know what you're doing. You know your expertise. You're confident in what you're doing in the way of a job or way of a business or a project. You know it. So you don't. There's no doubt anymore within you, and it's just how you go about it, and just being careful of that work-play ethic. Okay, let's just see what's going on in April through to June. So this is into your winter and spring period. You're getting a lot of results there. You're getting a lot of results basically. Yeah. I think you're getting what you've desired. You'll see that coming out of your birthday season. You'll start off, things will start gelling, things will start happening for you. Not that it hasn't been happening for you in the last year. You've done very well as far as I can see. But here you can now start dreaming about the next stage, going to the next level, and the opportunities that will be coming in will give you that foundation, so you don't have to concentrate on that foundation. Let's just say you've got a really good job, you've got that money coming in, therefore you don't have to worry about life. But then all of a sudden you've got that money that you can actually say, like, invest in a project and stuff like that. So it's a surplus stuff, and this is where you've just got to be careful of your work and play ethic basically. Let's just see what's going on for July going through to September. There is a lot of growth here in different little areas. I think here is if you follow your dreams a little bit and you start opening up all these sort of other avenues within you, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. It just seems like there's shoots coming up all over the place for you. September through to July, August, September is going to be a very fruitful month for you in the way of things moving on. You may not necessarily see the results from it, but at the same time, I think you're going to be realizing that the tide has changed into your favor. Really has changed into your favor. Let's just see what's going on October, November, December. This is real recognition for who you are, not just for the work that you've done, but real recognition for who you are and just how well you're doing. It's going through from one thing to another, going through the portal basically from one dimension to another, and this is where you're going to be really rocking it. I think really setting up for 2024. Let me just see what 2024 does bring. Oh, it's the King of Swords. It's a really good victory. It's built out of clear thinking, clear vision, know where you're going, judgment. It's ultimate, really, for you going forward. It's going to make life really, really clear. Well, let me just clarify this section here, because that was the section where there was a little bit of tussing, tugging away and stuff like that. Let's just see where that tugging's coming from, please. I think it could be a slight bit of disappointment that someone hasn't stepped up to the plate, as it were. It's someone that's not, in those 3 months, you thought that, someone was going to really sort of come through with the goods, as it were, in the way of relationships and stuff like that. And it doesn't seem to have happened there. And it's going to make you, I think it's going to make you think a lot. And you're going to start scratching the surface to sort of see if there's any other possibilities going on and what's going, if this is not going to come to fruition, then, what else is there? That's sort of things that tug of war. It could be a case here, just getting another thing coming through, it could be a case that you've recognized the absolute beauty of another person and the way they do things, the way they work, the way they live their life. That's another option there. So, because there's 2 sides to the story on every single card, and with that, it's going to expose those sort of connections with the discords that you might have with this new person, according to your old sort of groups and stuff like that. Let's just see what the general sort of outcome is. It's the Hangman, which I thought you had it over there, but you didn't. You will see things in a completely different light, basically. Okay. So 2023 looks really a very productive year for you. Now, a little bit more tricky on the relationship side than it is on the financial sort of side. Financial sort of side, I think you've got it covered. If you put in the work and you just make sure you also work hard and play hard. Now, that's really important. But on the relationship side here, there's something that needs to get sorted out in the first sort of 6 months. Once it gets sorted out, I think you're off and running. And heading to really beautiful climbs later on in the year. Okay, let's just connect with this energy, this ley line that's coming through here. So there we go, just connected. It's very nice, beautiful, having one on tap like this. Okay, so there's 2 things that are going on here. Don't keep things for yourself, because you're just going to tie your stomach in knots. Don't hold back on your emotions in situations that really need to be put clear. Okay, that's one angle. The other angle is on this side here. It's sort of saying don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, so I think this pertains to your dreams and aspirations, basically. But whatever it is, I think this, as I said earlier on, I think that message of, don't hold back on your emotions ties into this section here in the beginning part of the year. This is going to be the most crucial part for you in according to your relationships. And I think the earth is, and the earth's energy is sort of saying, don't hold back. They've got your back in a way, as long as you put it out there. So it looks really good. So there you go, Pisces. Thank you very much for being here. There's going to be so much going on this channel over Christmas period and the new year. You're really going to want to click that bell to get the notifications. So make sure you get the notifications for these videos, because we're opening up a whole new way of reading that you've never seen anywhere. I guarantee it. It's going to be absolutely blistering. So there you go. Do enjoy your Christmas period. Any holidays and stuff like that. In the meantime, I will see you obviously for your weeklies on the Friday, and then we have the solstice readings as well, which come out next week, collective and individuals during the week, and then we have the monthlies after that during the Christmas period for January. Okay, so in the meantime, Pisces, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.